to get started here. I am joined today by Darius Santos and Ruben Duo, the co-founders of Dubb, and I'm excited to have you guys on here. So thank you and welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Super excited to be here.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm excited too. So if you guys are joining in right now, we have launched our integration with Dubb, gosh, a couple of months ago, and we've been working on expanding that, and then really kicking off a lot of great things with you guys. And we're excited because, you know, video is so important. Obviously, we're doing this on a video, and we could, you know, if we wanted to, we could. If we didn't do our hair and makeup, well, I don't know if you guys did your makeup today, but I certainly did. You know, we could have turned off our video and it just would have been a totally, completely different feel and vibe of the whole entire webinar if you just only heard our voices. So being able to see everybody is always nice, even though we can't see all the participants. You know, it is nice to be able to, when you're talking to somebody, be able to see them in person. We were just saying that right before we started, right, Darius? Like, it could be awkward if you're on a webinar or anything you're doing and you don't see somebody. It can be kind of difficult to have a conversation.
It's like talking to somebody when they're not looking at you. Like,
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like,
yeah, that's called cold calling.
Yeah.
right. So
yeah.
So before we jump in and get started, let me just go over some of our housekeeping here. So this webinar is being recorded. It's also being streamed on Facebook Live. If you guys are on after the live session here, just go ahead and post everything, any questions that we're asking, or you know, go ahead and post your answers. We'll go back and reply to those, as well as oops, we lost a camera. But then we're also going to send this in your inbox. If you registered for this webinar, you will get a copy of the recording in your inbox. If you want a copy in your inbox because you didn't register on Facebook or something, go ahead and message us and we'll get that over to you. So we're going to be talking about today why real estate video marketing is a wise choice for your business. And so Darius and Ruben are going to take us through what Dubb does and why you guys are doing video and why it's so important. And we'll have a conversation on why it's important for realtors to be using video in their marketing. So
yeah, well, thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I can kind of kick things off. Just to give some context on myself, a little bit of background why I'm qualified to be talking here is I'm the CEO and founder of Dubb. So Dubb is a video communication platform. We enable real estate agents to communicate with videos. So Dubb mobile app, Chrome extension, desktop app, website, fully integrated into Wise Agent. Very powerful platform, but also very easy to use. One-click record, sending, SMS, email, so many different ways. But let's actually start the story about a decade ago. Newlywed, married to a real estate agent, Keller Williams, Studio City. And I would see her door knock, and I would see her building up her book of business, you know, sort of moving out of her sphere of influence and trying to get that first list of, you know, who are the first 10 listings that she has. And, you know, watching that experience, being in the driver's seat and then having her get out of the car and go physically knock on a door. Remember when we used to do that? And watching her have the courage and the bravery to get rejected, to build a relationship, to get someone to trust her within 30 seconds on a Sunday afternoon. You know, watching that struggle was very inspirational for me. And it was also very educational. I saw a lot of things. I saw lack of trust. I saw humanity, I saw empathy, I saw rudeness, I saw arrogance. I saw people that were not wanting to be bothered because they were with their families, which I respect. But what I learned in this process was that ultimately what built the connection was being face-to-face, eyes to eyes, feeling something, feeling a human emotion, feeling empathy, saying, who is this person? Why do I want to get to know them? Why should I trust them? Do I like them? Do I want to potentially work with them? And do I want to have one of the largest transactions of my life be administered by this person? These are massive, massive questions, you know? And half a decade later, I sort of realized that the biggest problem in sales was trust. The biggest problem in sales happens as a result of a lack of empathy, a lack of connection between human to human. And that sort of inspired this whole story of the Dubb video communication platform. So taking empathy and then transferring it to technology, it really encapsulates our entire mission. Darius and I, as the co-founders of Dubb, we are so inspired to empower people to build that connection, to build a parasocial relationship with our prospects. When was the last time you built a parasocial relationship with a prospect? Most of the time, there is no relationship. It's a person on the other end. It's a voice, it's text in an email, it's a little paragraph in an SMS message, all of which can be so easily ignored. Why? Because there's no human being behind that message. When we bring the human connection to our process, to our prospecting, to our nurturing, to our negotiating, to our deal closing, to our testimonial asking, the whole world changes, the whole world opens up. But there is one requirement, and that requirement is that we need you. We need you guys, all these people in this webinar right here. I see 66 people in this webinar. So exciting. We need you guys. We need you to say you're perfect just the way that you are, that whatever trauma that you guys, whatever rejection that you've gone through in your life is irrelevant at this point, because you have self-love, because you're good at what you do, because people love working with you. And most importantly, that you have no competition. You know, that sign that you keep seeing on that park bench, or that business card that keeps ending up on that counter that you go to at those open houses, those people are not your competition. Your competition is you. And guess what? Only 2% of the people in your industry in real estate are actually using video to drive sales and to build connections and to build a book of business that's very meaningful, that turns into referrals. 2%.
Wow, that's a crazy low number that it's only 2%.
It's only 2%. It's insane. It baffles our minds. Let's talk about why it's only 2%. It's not easy recording videos. It takes work. You know, a lot of us have grabbed our phones. I'm going to go live on Instagram. I'm going to do my first TikTok. I'm going to do my Instagram reel. We record, we delete, we lose our confidence. You know, that voice comes to our head. Hey, your hair is not this, the lighting is not that, you know, you forgot to do this, you didn't get your teeth whitened. There's all sorts of voices that come into our mind, all of which mean nothing. That is simply what we are feeling, and it's insecurity. And guess what that comes from? Lack of practice.
Yeah. Well,
please.
And it's funny you say that, Ruben, because we ask everyone that registered for the webinar to ask a question prior to attending. And I could just, you know, I could go through this list, and it's a couple of pages long, and it's like, how do I get over the fear of recording a video? There was one person, I was like, oh my gosh, my heart broke for her. She's like, I'm so awkward doing videos. It's a real phobia. And I feel for them, because I do this webinar series, you know, every week, almost every week. And it's like, you know, the first time I did my first webinar and I was on video, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I go back and watch it now, I'm like, oh my gosh, my lighting sucked. What was going on in my background? I'm like, you know, everything. You nitpick about everything, but really it can only get better after your first. Well, it can only get better.
It's amazing. You know, are you afraid to walk? Are you afraid to run? Are you afraid to communicate? Are you afraid to eat, to go shopping for food? The answer is obviously a big fat resounding no. Why? Human beings have had 10,000 years of experience doing those things.
Yeah.
How much experience do we have recording video? As a species, we have 100 years, which is a little tiny blip of time. And as a human being, how many times have we actually recorded videos for ourselves? How many times have we practiced? The way to become good on video is to practice. I mean, when I look at my desk, the thing that I see is, there's these SD cards here, you know, that we put into these DSLR cameras. When I think about my comfort in video, I think about a big fat stack of SD cards on a crappy $300 DSLR that I got on Amazon, and practicing and recording and doing it over and over and over again. I don't feel uncomfortable when I look in a mirror. I don't feel uncomfortable when I look at myself in a Zoom. And now I don't feel uncomfortable when I record a video, because guess what? What they see on that video is what they see in real life. So if you don't feel comfortable going up to a person and communicating with them and having them look at your face, then there's some stuff we can work through, or you got to get through something that only exists on video, because that actually doesn't make any sense. But that's okay. We speak with compassion and empathy. It takes practice.
Because for sure, I would think that doing it on video is a lot less more intimidating than doing it in person. Like knocking, like listening about your wife's story, like knocking on the door and like, I don't know, are they going to slam the door in my face? Are they going to even open it? You know, where now you do it, it's on video and you're like, okay, if they don't open it, like, I'm not going to cry. If they don't like watch my video, I'm not going to cry. But, and I don't think many people would reply back saying, you suck and you're ugly and you're a hideous monster. I mean, I don't
and if they did, they had a really, really, really bad day.
they have other problems.
And they're using us as a punching bag, and that's their problem, not ours.
But yeah.
So anyways, I wanted to transition to introduce Darius, but what I did want to do is just please put a 1 in the chat if you know, if you're struggling with video, if you're not comfortable yet, if you click the red button and something doesn't necessarily feel 100% comfortable, just please put a 1 in there. I'm going to put a 1, not from today, but from me 3 years ago before I practiced. So this was me 3 years ago. Okay. Now, the thing that I also want to do after you do that is just grab your phone really quickly, open up the camera app right on your phone, just this camera app, swipe to video and click the record button and take 10 seconds to record a video. And just tell the camera what your name is and what you're good at, okay? My name is Ruben, and I'm really good at connecting people through technology. Just record that video and go back and watch it. And remember that you're perfect just the way that you are. You know, it just takes practice, and you cannot be hard on yourself if you haven't done the practice, because that's basically illogical.
Yeah.
Speaking of practice, I want to introduce Darius Santos. Is that okay to transition now?
Yeah.
Okay. So Darius Santos here at Dubb, we call him the Oracle, because if you guys have seen the movie The Matrix or read any old school book, you know, the Oracle is someone that knows information, that teaches it, you know, through compassion, tons of patience. Darius Santos is that person. You know, he's gone through the real estate process. He got his license. He was a real estate agent. In fact, we kind of stole him from that industry because we realized that he could affect so much more change as a coach and as the co-founder of a tech company. So I'm so privileged to introduce Darius Santos. I'm telling you guys, get on his training webinars. They don't cost anything. He will teach you guys how to use Wise Agent and take it to the next level with video, because video is connection, and video is the answer to your book of sales.
Right on. Appreciate that, Ruben. That was killer. And that's not even rehearsed. Like that wasn't scripted or anything. So that's pretty good.
That was a great intro. I'm like, oh, I'm glad he did that, because I would have been like, and Darius.
We're passionate about this. We wear it on our heart, guys.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah, we both are. Very, very much so. All right, I'm going to go ahead and now jump into some of the stats. So we've talked about some anecdotal evidence, right? Some stories. Now let's actually get into some of the specifics. So I'm going to share my screen just really quick here.
Yeah.
And I got a few slides. Don't worry, not many. I'm not going to bore you with a ton of them. But this one here, what I wanted to talk about is first how we're going to close some deals. We're going to teach you some strategies, show you some use cases, but also the why, like why using video in the first place. So there are some stats. This one here, of course, is studied by other people. Homes listed with video are getting 4 times the number of inquiries than homes listed without. This simple stat right here is something that goes to show you this is where people are trending, that people prefer watching videos over looking at pictures or still images or text. Another application of this comes down to something very simple. We've all written thousands of emails. Every day we write emails. How many times has someone responded to your text email and said, wow, this was such a cool email. Thank you so much for this email. Like never, right?
Yeah.
No one's ever responded to a plain email and said, wow, this is so cool.
Right.
Anyone that sent a handful of videos to someone directly, where you say something like, hey, John, I made this video for you. Let me know what you think. that is going to result in this type of reaction. People are going to say, wow, this was so cool. Thank you so much for the video. I've not seen something like this before. This was amazing. Swear, you will receive responses like that you've never received from sending plain text. So again, this simple concept of people preferring to watch video, preferring to see you over reading messages, over looking at plain text. So there's a couple more extrapolations of this concept, if you will, where there's more data. So there's 4 times the listings. Oops, sorry, wrong button. And then a couple other stats here. Again, 85% of buyers and sellers prefer to work with agents who use videos for their marketing. It comes down to that same concept. Like, look at YouTubers, right? They just do silly stuff online and they have millions of people that just want to follow them. They're not even selling any service or can't provide much value to them besides entertainment. Whereas you are providing this service that's the most important transaction they'll ever take in their life. And video is one way to begin to build that relationship faster. And finally, another stat, 70% of home shoppers prefer the listings with videos. So again, I don't want to bore you with stats, don't want to bore you with numbers here, just some really important stats though to baseline. I know some of us are very metric driven, numbers driven, and so the numbers are there, the proof is there that it works. Just like CRMs, we know that CRMs work. Agents that use CRMs outperform agents that don't, with no question, there's no doubt. And the same goes with video. It outperforms traditional messaging 2-to-1. So.
Right. And then, and to your point too, I mean, when you send a plain text email, right, you write it out and you may have like a certain tone that you're writing it that hopefully comes through, it hopefully is conveyed. But 100% of the time, when you're sending a video, 100% of the time, whatever it is that you're trying to convey, the excitement or the enthusiasm or whatever it is, that is 100% going to be conveyed. They could see the smile on your face, they can see your enthusiasm, they can see your eyes. It's really like there's a more personal connection, that human connection there. And I think even that's why it should be, you shouldn't have that fear, because when you're talking to people on realtors are talking to people daily, right? And multiple people per day, you're talking to them either over the phone or a Zoom call. I mean, it's the same concept. You want, your face out there. You want people to recognize you when you're at the grocery store, for them to see you and say, hey, I saw a sign just down the street from my house with your face on it. You're listing my neighbor's house. I'd love to have a conversation with you. You want that recognition. And that's what video really does help with as well. You're sending, posting even videos on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. It's just more of you and your brand, because you are the brand out there. And what better way of doing that in an email or a text as well, so you get your message across the way you intend it to get across, and they're not reading in between the lines to kind of, are you excited? Are you upset? Are you angry? What's happening, right? So it all comes across perfectly through video. So
we know that the top of mind is huge, right? And I can guarantee you, someone receives a video message from you once a week, once a month, they're going to remember you 10 times better than that plain text email from the other agents. So yeah, top of mind is no better way to stay besides your in-person meetings, right? You're still having coffee with people. That works too. But when we can't, we need videos in front of people as often as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, so I wanted to also remind all of our viewers out there, if you have any questions for Darius or myself, go ahead and post those. There's a Q&A section at the bottom of your screen. And then we have a couple of moderators. Sarah from Wise Agent is moderating, and we also have Ina from Dubb Video. So feel free to either post in the chat or in the Q&A section any of your questions. Or if you're watching us on Facebook or on the replay on YouTube, go ahead and post those questions. We're going to be moderating this and making sure that we're getting your replies out to you here as quickly as possible. So we talked a little bit about, when Ruben was on, we talked a little bit about the fear, right? The fear factor, and just, there he is. So yeah, that fear factor, because that's one of the biggest things is, you've got to get over that fear. And my take on it is, like, when I started doing these webinar series when the pandemic hit and gosh, that was 2 years ago, right? Yeah, 2 years ago. It was like, all right, let's just do it. It was kind of like push me in the deep end. And even though I don't like to swim, don't ever do that to me. I will die. But it was frightening, but you do get over that fear with the practice, like Ruben said, right? So then let's kind of get over that hump. Then your next obstacle from like some of the questions that we have here is what kind of hardware do I need to buy? Like, what do I need to buy? I'm sure you guys can see the blue reflection on my lights here. I do have lighting because I'm getting older and we need to.
We all need lighting. Right? We all need lighting. Doesn't matter. Every age should have good lighting. It helps.
Yeah.
At least one little light. So you know, there's not a big requirement list. So some of us here, we probably all have an external light, something to provide additional light source, because it looks really weird when half of your shadows or face is shadowed or looks like you're in a closet or something. So a good light source. And actually, external webcam is not required, but if you have an older computer, like an old desktop or like an older laptop, you may consider investing in an external camera because the quality is quite a bit better on versus the older cameras. So
I was also going to say that what's amazing about being a real estate agent is that you have the best light source on the planet, which is the sun.
Yeah,
you know, we have desk jobs here, so we're not out, you know, on the field as much as real estate agents. You guys have that amazing opportunity and privilege, which is so great, because I'd love to spend more time outdoors. But you know, having the sun be in front of you, not full direct light, some sort of a soft light situation where a tree is blocking it, or potentially indoors, you know, where the light's being reflected, that's going to be your best light source. The Dubb mobile app, it's very dynamic. You can record a video right from your phone. So I encourage people to go to dubb.com/app and just grab the Dubb mobile app on Android or iPhone. It all integrates into Wise Agents really, really nicely. So
I gotta show all that still too.
Okay, cool.
So,
I won't give it away.
I'm gonna show the tech too. So don't worry, guys. I know it's
very
like,
cool.
We're talking about it. We're gonna hide it from you playing game cards or something.
We're
like, this tech is over here. We're not gonna show it.
Yeah. So then to reiterate, so any hardware they might need is basically it's just their camera on their computer or their phone.
Cell phone. That's that for honestly for real estate agents, because Ruben just mentioned you guys are not locked in front of your computer. Many of us like, you know, work in front of our office to spend time in there. And so it's definitely an option, but you guys have your cell phones available, and most people have a relatively newer phone. If you're still on a flip phone, probably use the webcam. But if you're on an iPhone or Android in the last 5 years, you're good to go. It's really good cameras.
If you're using Windows NT, give somebody a call and they'll help you out on getting off of Windows NT. Please don't use that.
Not supported. No.
Not supported.
Oh, well, Microsoft is like, what are you doing on that thing?
Yeah. Even Microsoft is like, please don't use NT. That was a bad time. Yeah.
Okay, so we have some questions coming in. We have some fielding them, but I'm going to now jump into some of the visual of the tech, because part of this fear is technology. Part of this fear is not knowing how things work and being uncomfortable with it in the first time around. So here, I'm going to show you guys how really simple this is. I'm going to start sort of in the Dubb platform just to show you a couple of capabilities. I know Ruben just mentioned all the ways to record. So I'll start here just showing there are ways to record video that are as easy as you can think of. One is just the website. So this is actually the Dubb website. I can click the plus button right here. I know someone had another question, so I'll kind of multitask here. Someone asked a question, what are the differences between Dubb and some other video platforms? So I'll also be answering some of those while we're presenting. The first part, this is just the website, and each recording option sort of has unique benefits. On the website and on the mobile app, there's a built-in teleprompter. On the website here, there's also virtual backgrounds, just like Zoom. So when you're recording, if you don't have a great office background and you don't know what you're going to say, like what square footage, how many rooms, you don't want to memorize that stuff, you can see your teleprompter will automatically scroll at the speed that you need so that you can read from your script as you're recording. So this is eliminating part of that fear of what am I going to say? I don't want to memorize this long script, or I don't want to mess up, don't want to record it 20 times. So this one is here first with the teleprompter, virtual background. And then, as I mentioned, the same teleprompter is on the mobile app as well. So I know for real estate, I'll touch on the mobile app for the last one, but it is super popular with our agents. So This is the first piece: website, teleprompter, virtual background. Now, we were talking about staying top of mind, and everyone should be doing a newsletter, right? Everyone's doing a newsletter, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, and if you're not, here's an example of something that we can create using Dubb. So I just went to Google, I typed in real estate report. You guys, if you're in a brokerage, you probably have like Inman or access to other reports, lots of reports available. But instead of being lazy and just saying, here's the link to this report, you guys figure it out, I'm going to show you a quick example of what agents are doing here. So this little button, this is the Dubb Chrome extension, and it's really a screen recorder. So you can use it to record anything from your screen. Your webcam, your profile picture can be included there if we're having bad hair days, just your voice if you want. But we're about the power of video, so I'm going to use the video here. And now with just one click, I can record my screen, and I'm going to share this report. And so I'd say, hey guys, I wanted to take a minute here to walk through this report. We're actually looking at a 16% year-over-year increase and another 10 to 15% coming. So I don't want to say this, sit tight, don't sell now because you got another 10%. I would never say that, right? Sell now, sell now. But this is the idea: is I can come in here, provide information, and now it's me, it's the expert. So instead of them trying to figure stuff out and read this report, I can say, I wanted to share the most important takeaways from this report with you guys. There's some options where I can resize. I can say, this part's really important, so make sure you pay attention. Draw on the screen, say, this is the number we're concerned with, median price, 15. The idea here is, instead of sending the link, it's you as the expert showing you, have your finger on the pulse of the market with your expertise and you as a person, versus sending something generic. So this is another quick example of another type of video you can create. So it doesn't have to be our face, right? Some of us are shy, like, I don't know what to say if it's just me. Here's an easy example of how you can still leverage video, still leverage your voice. And even if you're bad, like I said, having a bad hair day or something, you can even leverage your personality there. So this is the second option for visuals. Now, one other thing is, Ruben mentioned a little bit of detail, is the mobile app as well. This has some really cool stuff. It's actually built for real estate. So you can start the video facing yourself, say, hey guys, just wanted to give you a little tour of this listing, pause it, flip it around, show the master bedroom. So this is the master, you guys are going to love it. Pause, resume, this is the backyard, here's the other bedrooms, whatever. So pausing, then there's also merging. So you can take different clips, merge them into one video. There's a voiceover feature. So if you guys are at a windy listing, it's noisy, construction going on, you can record the whole thing and then record your own voice after it later. And there's also that teleprompter and even a giant library of royalty-free music. So you can offer all the music into your videos that you've trimmed and voiced over and done everything you want to it. So it's like a TikTok for business. I've heard people say it's like TikTok for business. So yes.
I love that. I love that. I love the teleprompter. I mean, I can't do more than a 2-minute video without a teleprompter. I don't do them here, as you guys probably already know that. Yeah. But when I'm recording like anything else, ask Sarah to, I have to use a teleprompter. And I love that it does track your voice, the speed of your voice, so that it does speed, we have that as an app, but I'm now going to be using Dubb for that. And I love the feature, what you were showing with the video over the website, so you can have like go through something. I love that. That's amazing. I mean, how wonderful to be able to do that with, kind of doing like an open house kind of tour, like a virtual tour, and then being there, like, so you're kind of guiding them through the whole entire thing. That's amazing. I love that portion of it. And of course the voiceover feature. If you guys are recording out, I've seen so many videos of people recording outside, and it's like, are they?
That's all you hear, yeah.
Yeah, that's all you hear is the wind. Yeah. So that's an amazing one too. I love that. I love all that technology.
Yep. And you know what was really interesting? I got this vision, Darius, when you were mentioning that, is I love your idea about recording the clips of the home tour. Okay. So going through the home, doing the various locations, indoor, outdoor, multiple clips on the Dubb mobile app, merges them on automatically. There's always a little blue check mark so that you can kind of go to the next step. But then doing the voiceover in your car, which is actually a recording studio. If you think about what a recording studio looks like, it's insulated walls in a small little controlled booth environment where you don't have distractions. That our cars are recording studios. So one of the cool features on Dubb mobile app, again, is record multiple clips, and then do a audio voiceover after the fact.
Yeah.
So that's very powerful. You know,
It
we can
is.
follow up with the tutorial on that.
Yeah, I love that. And we have a question. So how often do you edit, like, or how do you edit when you pause and add voice and add the branding and all of that stuff? That's one of the questions that I'd even like to know that. And I've,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's
So,
a lot of people.
Ina, if you want to maybe post the link for the Dubb app tutorial, that's about a 5-minute video. I think it's 8 minutes. Sorry, because there's some multiple functions in there. There's the voiceover, the music, all of it. So, Ina, if you could post the link to that Dubb mobile app tutorial.
Now, one of the things that I might be able to do is to actually share my screen just for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, go for
So
it.
I'm going to actually try this if it's okay. I'll click on the Zoom link for my phone, and then
Okay.
if it doesn't work, we'll just send a YouTube video instead.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, yeah, so while Ruben's getting that ready, we were talking about that visual option, and I've seen really some interesting things. So buyer's agreements, right? Buyer's agreements, the same for every buyer, every time. You can pre-record one walkthrough of you actually going line by line of your buyer's agreement. And then when you get a new buyer, potentially you send that video over, and you don't have to spend any amount of time on the phone or in person or anything saying, here's why you're signing this. This is what you're doing.
Yeah.
You send one recorded video over. Website navigation, same situation where you want someone to show how to search properties and stuff on your website or where to do something on your site. That's also a really common application. Limitless ideas for what you want to show visually on the screen.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea where you can, walk people through an agreement, because that can be something that you guys are probably doing that over and over and over again. And what, for me, it's like when you're repeating something more than like 2 or 3 times, I give like my kids, my staff 3 times, I'll say it 3 times. And then after that, it's like record me or something, because I can't say it anymore. I like get tired of it. And so for me, it's like 3 times. And it's, if you've got something that you're doing more than 3 times, then make a template out of it. Do something where you can make it automated, where you don't have to keep saying it over and over and over again. And so that's a great way of doing that. If that's something that you're doing a lot of, and I can imagine it being something that you can do, like realtors would be able to do for a lot of different things, not just the buyer's agreement, but it could be for a whole bunch of things that you could even walking people through the next steps of, selling the house or doing whatever it is. So there's a ton of uses for it. I love that. Now,
Ruben,
go ahead.
I was going to say, Ruben, were you able to get the iPhone hooked up there? I think he's still figuring that piece out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm like, oh, what's he going to show us? Because I think that's going to be amazing to see. So can you, there he is.
Okay, so now I was able to select a different camera. So this is not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than nothing. Okay, so this will just take about 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my phone. I'm going to click, what I'll do is I'll decrease the brightness, and that usually, there you go.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll click on the Dubb mobile app. You can see that icon, it matches my sweatshirt. I'll click on that, and then the Dubb mobile app will open, and then I'll click on the camera icon on the bottom right there. Now I have the Dubb camera. Okay, this is 3 years in the making. We have received thousands of pieces of feedback to evolve this into what it is today. So we're very proud of this. And then what I'll do is I can actually go and record myself. So if you can see me doing this, you can say, hey, Darius, really, really good meeting you at the event last night. I'd love to follow up. I just wanted to send this text message. Go ahead and click on the button below to book a time in my calendar, and I'd love to talk about your home. Goodbye. So there's a quick script, just very generic. I have one clip in there right there, if you guys can notice that, right? So what I can do is I can actually record another clip. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you this great home here that I found in your school district. I think you'll really like it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera, and now I'm showing that way. And then here's the beautiful, perfect home with the white picket fence. Here it is, perfect home, perfect school district. Stop. So now I have 3 clips here. And then what I can do is I can click the next button, which is this blue button on the top. It's going to process it. And then at that point, if I want to spend more time editing this, I can add music, I can add voiceover, I can burn text in, or I can do what most people do is just send it as is, because we're on the go and we're in a rush, right? So it's really up to you on how much production time. Here it is. Okay, so it's instant. And then I upload this to the cloud. And then if you notice that little line is sort of populating, that means it's sending it up to the Dubb clouds, powered by Amazon and DigitalOcean and some other trillion-dollar companies. And then we have this video right here that's been recorded. Now what I can do is I can click the little paper plane icon on the top right, and then we all know this sharing module. I can click a SMS right here, and then I can send this right to Darius. So I recorded a video with multiple clips and then send it via SMS, email. If you send it via email, you can have a nice animated GIF appear in the body of the email. If you send it via SMS, it's a thumbnail image. In both cases, it's very clickable because it's visual. Who is this person?
Right.
What's going on? How can I learn more about this? Again, human connection. So 2 minutes, you're in and you're out. And then watch what happens when you send that video. Watch the response that you get, where all of a sudden that prospect says, wow, thank you so much for taking the time to send me that video. I can't wait to speak to you. Yeah. At that point, they've connected to you. They've built that parasocial relationship. It's hard to ignore someone. And chances are, if they do ignore you, maybe you don't want to work with them. But then again, gold is in the follow-up. So.
Right. Yeah. So I have a couple of questions. I know there's a couple of questions in here too, but when you record your videos on Dubb, those get stored on your platform and you can reuse those. So if
yes.
Ruben, if you didn't say Darius's name,
yes.
you could have just reused that over and
yes.
over again and sent it to everybody you met at the event you were at, right?
Correct. Absolutely. And then this is all integrated into Wise Agent. And that's one of the coolest parts.
I was going to say too, that's this part I still have to show actually. I'll
yes.
take over the screen again really quick,
yes.
and I'm going to show what actually happens after you guys record and then the distribution part. So, okay, here we go. What you guys saw actually in the example, you saw me make this video on that real estate report, right? I spent 30 seconds creating a video here. Now, here's what happens every single time you record a video with Dubb. Dubb is going to build a little website, a little video landing page for you. And how this video landing page gets built is going to be based on your goals and settings. So you can see this watermark, this custom background, the colors, the designs, all this sort of design elements were added automatically, which can be your own logos, your own backgrounds, branding, everything. But more importantly, are the reasons we're making these videos in the first place. For this one, in this example, it's top of mind, right? So work with me, sell your home, need to buy, whatever. So this is a top of mind. So what do I want people to do? I want people to text me. I want people to call me. Maybe I want people to book a time with me so we can talk about selling their home or purchasing. So based on what my goals are, Dubb will automatically add these call to action buttons to your video. And they can do anything you can think of. So they can one click to text you, one click to call you, book a time in your calendar, download an attachment, fill out a form. So like if you're putting videos on social media for lead generation, you can have a form right here and capture their information. They can download an attachment, visit a website, literally anything you can think of, we can set these buttons up to do so, and they're automatically added to the video messages you create. So the idea is to use your video messages to drive those types of responses you're looking for. The number one application for agents using video is lead conversion, lead follow-up. We're getting these online sources or open houses or wherever we're getting these colder leads come into us, and we have to convert them into a conversation, into a relationship, into a transaction. And
Darius, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say, I actually have to jump to the next meeting, but I wanted to thank everyone for allowing me to speak, to evangelize. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My friends at Wise Agent really appreciate you guys. Please connect with me if you want to just take a moment to scan my QR code right here. This will connect to my Dubb video page, my bio link page, which you guys can learn about later. Yeah, look forward to connecting on social. Thank you so much for the opportunity again.
Thanks, Ruben. Thanks for sharing with us. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. See you guys.
All right, one final part of this page, guys. So what I showed you, I pressed record. This is actually an exit intent pop-up. So when I went to leave, that appeared automatically with a second chance to click my CTAs. So the branding, the calls to action, and the final part of this is this playlist. So you can see I recorded this video and also automatic closed captions. So every time you guys record a video, you can have automatic closed captions added. So again, some of the differences of like with BombBomb, closed captions, editing, trimming, presets, virtual backgrounds, teleprompter. There's dozens of additions here, and it also providing every single thing that they do, plus quite a bit more. Anyway, back to this little video. So what you guys saw is I created this, and at the end of this video, it automatically rolls
Sending the link
into
and then
the next one. And this is some testimonials. So the way agents actually have their pages set up is they will have a buyer preset and a seller preset. And so when they record a video, they can put their seller testimonial videos right here. And so it says, hey, John, I got your information. Wanted to let you know we're going to be able to take care of you ASAP, right? Whatever the message. And then after that, it automatically rolls into testimonial videos from their sellers. Or vice versa with the buyers, they have a buyer preset and it has a video about first-time home buyer education and then buyer testimonials. And then so this whole page, the buttons, the videos, the branding is built automatically every time you press record. So you can have as many different presets or templates as you want. I'm just going to switch this really quick and you're going to see another example. So what I did is I just changed the switch and it changed everything at once. So the background, the buttons, the videos, it's all now based on sort of a different goal. Maybe I want them to watch different videos or do different things.
Right. Love
So
it.
yeah, that's the sort of second part is when you guys record, there is a website built for that video and all your videos are automatically stored in the cloud on Dubb. No limit on storage. You can have as many videos on there as you want. And they're each represented with their own little website or landing page.
Love it. Love it. And so a couple of questions here for you is what are you able to save any of these and post them and repost them on like social media or like YouTube, Facebook? Are you able to do that?
Integrations with all social channels. So you can share directly to Facebook, to Twitter, to LinkedIn. Also, you can upload directly to YouTube. So direct YouTube integration. You can pass over the description, tags, titles, all automatic when you post socially.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And I know a couple of people are like, okay, how does this integrate with Wise Agent? So
yeah, we're there. We're there. Okay.
You're sharing your screen, so I'll let you do it.
All right. So just really quick recap. What I covered is how to create the videos, website, Chrome extension, direct integrations. I talked secondly about how to customize the videos. So there's built-in editing. You can trim out the videos. You can add parts back in. This is another difference between us and maybe some other video tools is built-in editing. So you don't have to re-record your video. You don't have to put it into another software to edit it. You can trim it and do stuff to it right inside of ours. So, okay, we have this perfectly packaged video. Now we're ready to send it. The first method here is the direct integrations inside of Wise Agent. So everywhere you can write a message inside of Wise Agent, there's going to be a Dubb button built into that interface. So if I click this option to send an email, you're going to see a Dubb button right here. All I have to do is click this button. It gives me access to my library. There's my report. I can even put their first name on it like this. So if obviously this is a video that's going to be sent to multiple people, but I can send it to just one person and it's going to make it look like it's just for them. So this is the first way that direct integration works is everywhere inside of Wise Agent, including text messages, including drip campaigns, including emails. Everywhere you can write a message, you can drop a video in. So you can see here's the same Dubb button so that we can drop in the links to your video and send them out. So this couldn't be more easy, right? You just click the button. You can actually even record from right inside of your favorite platform. So if you're living inside of Wise Agent, you just need to do a quick video here. I can press record and then insert that video directly into my Wise Agent messages, emails, bulk, one-to-one. Everywhere.
I love that. And it was so easy to work with your dev team, and you guys at Dubb have built like an amazing platform that really fully integrates within Wise Agent. And so when you're doing and recording the videos from Wise Agent, do all the reports go because the sending happens, like the sending of this text goes out through our system, right? Our platform. But do they still get any video analytics on the Dubb side?
Absolutely. So this is the way that this works. I know Ina answered this one. So every time you guys share a video with Dubb, whether it's through email or text or anywhere through Wise Agent, whether it's through the drip campaigns, one-to-one, this is sort of what this reporting looks like. I'll just show you inside of Dubb because I don't have any active inside of Wise Agent right this second, but this is what this looks like. So let's pretend that I sent this video through Wise Agent. I would be able to identify specifically who's viewing, who's clicking, how many times, what percentage. So all this information on your video pages, the buttons, the videos, the main video, any engagement here is tracked in real time. So you get to see who's doing it, when and where. You can actually get notifications sent to you as it's happening. And this is all going to take place no matter how you're sending it, through Gmail or Outlook or Wise Agent or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So we are able to get detailed tracking through any channel that we're sending it through. It will automatically be included into Wise Agents. The only step here required for the tracking to work is to synchronize the contacts. So this is a little bit more technical, but all you have to do is export your contacts from Wise Agent, import them to Dubb, and then we'd be able to identify them between both systems. So yeah, that's the only step required for this little button to work. After that, you can insert videos into any channel in here, and it's going to track them individually and show you who's watching, clicking, and opening.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's amazing, because it is important for you to know your analytics on everything. So just like you prepare for, you know, who you're going to be talking to, you segment your audience, you figure out the message that you want to send them. It's really important to then obviously record the message and send it to them, but then also figure out, are they watching it? Are they, you know, or what are they doing with that? So the analytics are just as important as the beginning, the preparation part of actually recording the video. So that's really great. So I love that we have that fully integrated as well, that you can see that. One of the questions is, how do you get to stay out of the spam folder? And, you know, Kim, I always tell people, if you want to stay out of the spam folder, your best option is to make sure that you're sending the right messages to the right people. There's nothing worse than sending a message to somebody that just falls flat and doesn't resonate to them. You know, and so the subject line matters, the content of the email matters, and making sure that you're building a relationship. You know, I think that's really important. What else do you have?
I got a couple technical pointers for you here too as well. So there are certain words you can put within a subject and a body of an email that will end you up in spam. Things like discount or opportunity, free. Like if you say too many of these things in an email, it's going to increase the likelihood of going to spam quite a bit. The second thing is attachments. If you have a lot of attachments, it will increase the likelihood of your emails going to spam. And this is actually another reason why Dubb is used, because when you share a Dubb video, it is not an attachment. It is the equivalent of an email signature. So really quick, I'm going to show you my Gmail here. Ignore all the number of unread emails in it, but
you don't want to see mine either.
I'm just going to show you guys here, because the email signature, all an email signature is an image with a link, probably right to your website or something. And that's the equivalent of what a Dubb video is in the body of an email or a text message. So you can see here my image with a link. That's all a Dubb video is, because when I'm inserting this with the integration into Wise Agent, into Anywhere, it's the same situation. It is not an attachment. It's the equivalent of the signature. So this will help you avoid spam. Also, if you have attachments that they need to download, you can actually equip those to your video and avoid attachments on your email as well. So you can give them a button that says download your document, download whatever you need to, and that will avoid putting attachments on your email, so you can be more likely to be delivered versus going to spam. So yeah, content of the email, attachments, and relevance. So those are really important rules there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the other things is, if you guys are curious as to how do you get started with Dubb, so if you're within, and I'm going to share my screen this time. Ooh, what is that button? What did I press there? And so where is the screen that I want to share? Hold on, because it's lost here. Here we go. If you're curious as to how to do that, so if you are logged into your Wise Agent account, just simply head over to our marketplace. So click on the tools and then marketplace. This will take you here. Just scroll down to Dubb and click on the learn more here, and you can see we are integrated with them, and this is where you would be able to sign up for Dubb. And Darius, do you they get all of it. They get the recording, the teleprompting. What else do they get? All of the voiceover features, right?
I was going to say, so actually part of there's a free trial and then there is a free for life account, right? The free version will actually support most of what we showed here today. The only difference is it will contain some of the Dubb branding versus your own stuff if you're on the free for life version. The free trial will be completely customizable. It can do everything that the paid version of the product can do. So you can definitely go on there for 100% free, no credit card, anything. Just check out the listing there in Wise Agent. And then when you sign up for the trial, like I said, you'll have access to everything that the platform has to offer. That will be interesting for you guys. There's some bulk email stuff that, again, where we have Wise Agent, so no need for it there. But you can test all that out on the free trial as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that when you have the free version of it, and the free version fully integrates within Wise Agent. I know that was one of the questions too.
Yep.
So you don't even have to upgrade, but of course upgrading is always nice because you get some of these added benefits and having your own branding on there as well. And you get some of the more tracking when
right. You'll get more the buttons that I showed, the presets, the whole template, how it's sort of built at once. That's one of the paid features. So instead of your video just being sort of a blank page with a Dubb thing on it, you have that full customization of the playlists and buttons, etc. Also, I did want to say that if anyone wants to sign up, I will have a promotion here for you guys. I'm going to put it in the chat, and it's just the code Wise Agent, all lowercase this time because it's a promo code, not the business name. Promo code Wise Agent. Ina, if you want to repost that a couple times. And yeah, here I want to make sure because we have a few minutes left here, and I know we have more questions, so I'm going to stop and just try to rattle through these questions. What do we got?
So one of the questions is, can you use Dubb to set up like SEO and getting, your search engine optimization?
Actually, yes. So your pages are indexable on Google. So you can have these video pages, you can title them, describe them appropriately, and then they will be indexed on Google. And then you can also upload them directly to YouTube. So you have twice the SEO. You're going to have that video in YouTube, and you're going to have your own listing for it as well, like on Google. So yes, it will increase SEO as well.
Nice. And so, and then how about because you said there was a landing page within Dubb. And so, and now I'm asking for people that are asking, but then I'm also like, okay, if you guys are getting contacts, we need to be able to push those into Wise Agent. So we'll talk about that offline, getting all the contacts pushed over as well. But that, so when you have that landing page, there's a form they can fill out, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. So you can actually take any form from any source, or you can build the form on Dubb. So Dubb does have its own little built-in forms. You can say, give me your first name, last name, phone number, address, whatever you want the form to say. You can capture that information and then put that form right below your video. So yeah, this landing page concept is every single video has its own landing page, which is fully customizable. You can put videos, forms, buttons, branding, everything you want there. And yeah, so that's
amazing. I didn't know that until today. So I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. So we'll have to talk offline on getting those contacts into Wise Agent so then you can use the lead rules to respond to them automatically as well. So, and then another question here was, what's the best way to make your videos like more fun? I saw you had like the little swirly things back there. So you guys provide some of the images as well? Like
there's two ways. So there's the inside of the video, and then there's sort of around the video. So there's your design of your page, which ideally we want to happen automatically, just like I showed you guys. I pressed record, Dubb put the watermark, backgrounds, the design, the flavor right on the page automatically. And that can be customized to whatever you want it to be. But then there's also in the video itself, making those more interesting. And what we've done is tried to provide a handful of tools there, like the resizing options, your pausing options, the camera can move. So you can draw here, people's eyeballs are visual. So when you're drawing things, their attention is going to be drawn there. Again, you can resize. So you can say, this part's really important. I wanted to share this with you. And then you can show back into visuals. So there's some dynamism you can create within your videos, all within that same tool. So that's another way to really make your videos more interesting, and also not have to have us be the focal point if we're a little bit more shy or something. Like if you don't want to be the talking center in the head, you can show something visual like this and still provide a lot of value and build a lot of trust and information with your prospects.
Yeah, awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And so I know there's another question here is that people click on the landing page, but how do I get them to fill out the form? And to that, and who asked that question, Rosie, I would say to you is that you want to make sure that you've got something compelling.
Yes.
And also make sure that you've got something compelling there and you're always adding value. Even your videos, don't talk just to talk. Provide value. You know, of course, obviously you can come in and do a video like, hey, just Darius, wanted to see how you were doing. Haven't talked to you in a long time. Checking in with you. Hope all is well. Give me a call or let's get on a Zoom soon, right? You can send that, of course, because there's no value other than checking in with somebody. But
I've seen it like, so the number one way to get people to take action from a video is to verbally instruct them for your call to action as well. So you say your little bit, your video, and then at the end of it, you say, click below and drop your information and we're going to get back to you as soon as possible, or book a time or call me or text me. That action you want them to take. People are impressionable, right? Like you hear on the infomercials, they're like, call now. There's a reason they say that, because people are impressionable. And so when you tell them, click the button below to provide me your information, to send me a video, to call me or text me, that little bump of telling them what to do will result in more conversions and more of those actions.
Yeah, love it. And so we'll use that same theory right here, right now, Darius. So it's go to dubb.com/Wise Agent or use Wise Agent as the promo code, and you'll get a 10% discount when you use the Wise Agent as the promo code.
Can we drop the link for the Wise Agent listing?
Yes.
And yeah, so because it's the dubb.com/ref equals wise. So if we can put that in the link, and then again, the promotion code would only go on the checkout page. So if you guys want to jump into a paid plan, this will save you 10%. I don't have any expiration on this right now. So if you guys want to try the trial for a week and then pop in and save 10%, just make sure you write that code down. I mean, if you come back and say, hey, I was on a webinar, remember the code, we'll get you taken care of too. No worries.
Yeah. Yes. And I know there's a question about Dubb support. Is it only through video, or is there chat?
Yeah. So we have actually all channels. There's chat support, there's email support, there's Facebook groups. I host live trainings 3 times a week, just like this, where you can come in, ask questions in real time. We also have Zoom and phone support as well for our tiers.
Yes, love it. And so, yeah, we love that. We have that 24/7 support, and you can reach us as well through Wise Agent, and we can help you through anything with Dubb. And if we need to call our partners, we do that as well. So Darius, thank you so much for being here today and sharing everything you shared with us. Dubb is an amazing product. I hope you guys start using it. Start using video if you haven't.
Right. Yeah. If you're not, just use some kind of video. If it's not us, use someone. You're going to love it. Your clients, recipients are going to love it. And
yeah. Thanks so much, Darius. I appreciate you and your time today. And I appreciate everyone that was on. Go ahead and go to Wise Agent. Well, go to your Wise Agent account, go to that marketplace, or go to dubb.com/ what was it? Ref equals Wise Agent. I posted the link in here, and you'll get the 10% discount for you as well, right?
Yep. Yep. Perfect. There it is. Yeah. And you'll see the sign up button in the top. So very simple.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So I will be back on Tuesday doing a webinar with Camilla Tamu, our customer support manager here at Wise Agent. We're going to be talking about all things marketing, and I'm sure we'll be talking about video then too. So Darius will probably bring you back up and talk about Dubb a little bit as well next week. So thanks again, everyone. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, guys. Almost over, almost the weekend. I know real estate, we don't get weekends much, but
yes.
see you guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you, Darius. Thanks. Bye-bye.